Now, there's a couple of ways that you can adjust your video display. And when I mean video display, I mean when you click this video thumbnail, it brings up the video player that's going to preview the video when you play back. If you're only working with one display like me here, this video display is going to get in the way of your arrangement area. So what you can do is you can move it around out of the way of your tracks in the arrangement. You can also resize it by right-clicking on it and choosing a size. For example, maybe I want to go to half the size or quarter the size. And you can also drag this bottom right-hand corner to adjust the size. So maybe you want quite a small display because you don't really need to see all the high-end detail of the video. You just want to know what's going on with that video, and then you can see all your tracks that you're going to have in your arrangement area. If you're using a second display, you can actually grab this video display and throw it across onto your second display. But for demonstration purposes here, I'm only using one display. But if you've got a second one, definitely make use of this and use it as a preview for your video. You can also use an external display. So if you go to Studio, then Studio Setup, and over to Video, and then Video Player, here are the extra devices that you can use. So this is using the on-screen window. But if you've got something external, like an HDMI card or a FireWire port, this will show up here under your other devices, and you can choose that as an external display for your video playback. I can also choose for the video to show timecode. So that's going to give me a timecode reading, which is pretty handy if I want a readout of an exact timing. For example, maybe the video editor says at 5.8 seconds over there, they want a specific sound effect, then I know what to do. Sometimes video editors embed the timecode into their video, but if you don't have an embedded timecode, then it's quite handy to use this feature within the video setup. I'm just going to turn that off and just leave the timecode off. Also, you can choose to make everything full screen mode. So maybe you've done all your music and the editor comes around and they want to take a look. Then instead of them looking at your whole project, you can switch across to full screen mode, play back, and you've got the full video there for them to focus on while they're listening to the music. And then you can just right click on it to exit out the full screen mode. Now, your video is set to a specific aspect ratio, but you can also bypass this and change the sizing. So if you right click and go down to aspect ratio, you can either set to internally, which is using the on-screen video over here. If you're using an external video playback device that has a different aspect ratio, you can force it to that, or you can set it to none, and now you can change up that aspect ratio however you want. Maybe for the video playback, you want something narrow like that to shove in the corner. But most of the times you're going to be working to the actual aspect ratio, so you've got a clear idea of what that visual looks like. So that's how to adjust this video player so that you can use it while you're working in your Cubase project. Now next up, let's take a look at how you can work with multiple videos within this video track. Catch you in the next video.